It is a huge day. I'm so thrilled to be with many of my neighbors this morning here at Kennelly, home of the Bees. Home of the Bees, you got it. Read Across America Day. And to Erica's point, there are community leaders in classrooms across this region this morning. I think I got the best fourth grade in Connecticut. What do you guys think? Yeah. Pretty good here. Miss Hodge, it is such a joy to be in your classroom today. Talk about literacy and how you try to empower your students through books. Why is it so important for you?
Well, it's really important because they know they build their vocabulary. They read about diversity. They read about current events. They do research, so reading's super important.
These fourth graders are rock stars. Isis and Kamari, we were talking about Juneteenth today. We read this book called Opal. Tell me what you learned from the book this morning.
About how we could defeat racism and slavery.
Yep. And Kamari, we talked a lot about why it's important to be kind and friendly to one another. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I think it's true because if you're not kind to anyone, maybe you don't get the same fairness, and I think everybody should be treated how they want to be treated.
So what might you say to somebody at home, maybe somebody who's a little bit older? How would you remind them? What should they do if they're interacting with their neighbors or maybe meeting somebody who's a little different than they are?
Well, skin color doesn't really matter. It's all about personality, and it doesn't matter who has white color, who has brown, who has black. It just always matter about kindness.
I think you two might be in a position to run for president one day. Talk about reading. What do you love about fourth grade and taking on some new books?
Well, I think basically if I want to read about something I want to read, I read it. If I want to bake something, I bake something. If I want to make an object show, I make an object show. If I want to make music, I make music. Everything matters. It doesn't matter about your skin color. It matters about how you do it.
That is so wonderful to hear. You know, I am in classrooms all the time. You don't always see this spark and this enthusiasm for learning. What does it say to you in your heart to see your students engaged in such a beautiful way?
I love working with these kids. They are hard workers. They put time and effort into their growth. They know reading is important. They get really excited when they want to share something that they've read. So it just brings me joy every day to walk into this room knowing that these kids are really committed to their future and they know reading is part of it.
I like to empower people on this show the best we can with advice from educators like you to somebody who's watching at home who may have a young person in their life who might not have that spark or demonstrate that love for books just yet. How do you get there? What do you suggest?
Well, always read to them different types of genres to see what they like to read, if it's fiction or nonfiction, and usually the kids will connect with what their favorite genre is, and that gets them to start to learn and grow.
All right, well, thrilled to be here as part of Connecticut's news station. Thank you for having me. A high five for you. A high five for you. A round of applause for all of you. Wonderful job. Thank you for having me. And a big reminder for everybody at home, what is today?
Read Across America Day!
You got it. If you did Read Across America in a school near you, send us a picture on social media. We would love to share. This is what being Connecticut's news station is all about. I got to spend the day in my own neighborhood. Pretty cool.